In the year 1722, a rogue trading empire in Ostend announced an initial public offering that garnered over 6 million Dutch florins in subscriptions within days, effectively challenging the East India Companies of England and the Netherlands for global trade dominance. The genesis of this audacity lay in the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713, which granted the Austrian Netherlands the right to trade directly with the East Indies. Prior to this, their ports were effectively shut off from the lucrative Asian trade routes. This new legal footing became the basis for a collective of merchants in Ostend, a port city in what is now Belgium, to pool resources and send out ships. Their initial voyages, funded by private capital, returned with staggering profits, sometimes as high as 100% per journey, fueling ambitions to formalize their operations. By 1722, these initial successes prompted the formal creation of the Imperial and Royal Company of the East Indies, known colloquially as the Ostend Company. Their public offering was particularly noteworthy, an ambitious capital raise of 6 million Dutch florins, divided into 6,000 shares, each valued at 1,000 florins. This move was not just about raising money. It was a direct gauntlet thrown at the feet of the established East India Companies, which had held monopolies on Asian trade for over a century. The sheer scale of the offering made it impossible for Europe's existing trade powers to ignore. The company's operations quickly ramped up, building a fleet of 10 to 20 ships and establishing trading posts in Kabilan on the Coromandel coast and Bangkok in Bengal. Their main commodity was tea from China, but they also traded in textiles, spices, and other goods. Over just 7 years, from 1724 to 1731, the Ostend Company sent out 21 ships to Asia, directly challenging the cargo volumes of their British and Dutch rivals. The returns were remarkable. Some voyages yielded profits of over 40% after all expenses, making it an extremely attractive, if risky, investment. The success of the Ostend Company did not go unnoticed, nor was it welcomed by the British and Dutch. These nations, having long enjoyed their trading monopolies, saw the Ostend Company as a direct threat to their economic and geopolitical power. They exerted immense diplomatic pressure on Emperor Charles VI, sovereign of the Austrian Netherlands, to revoke the company's charter. In particular, the British East India Company threatened to disrupt European alliances if the Ostend Company was not suppressed, a move that put Charles VI in a difficult position as he sought support for his daughter Maria Theresa's succession. The political maneuvering ultimately proved too much for the upstart company. In 1727, Emperor Charles VI, under the terms of the Treaty of Hanover and later the Treaty of Seville, provisionally suspended the Ostend Company's charter. The suspension was initially for 7 years, but it effectively halted all further expeditions. The company's directors fought desperately to resume operations, even offering Charles VI the substantial sum of 3 million florins to reinstate their rights. However, facing overwhelming pressure from Britain and the Dutch Republic, Charles VI permanently revoked the charter in 1731, making the company's operations illegal and forcing its dissolution. This abrupt end left investors with shares that were suddenly worthless. The Ostend Company, despite its brief lifespan of just 9 years from its formal inception to its dissolution, managed to send 21 ships to Asia and return with millions in profits. It demonstrated a remarkable capacity for private enterprise to challenge established global monopolies, even if that challenge ultimately buckled under the weight of international politics. The company's collapse served as a stark reminder that in the 18th century, economic power was inextricably linked to political will and diplomatic leverage, a lesson that resonated across European capitals for decades to come.